That was Heathen with the track Fade Away from their 2010 album, The Evolution of Chaos. Speaking of Heathen, we have their vocalist, the one and only David White, on the line from Florida. Hi, David.
Hey.
Hi, David. Thanks for your time and welcome to Rainy Middle.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
Okay, for those who haven't heard of your band before, could you give us a brief history?
A brief history? Well, we're just a bunch of guys from the beginning. 1984, a band started with Sam Kress, Jim Sanguinetti, Lee Altus, Carl Sacco. And it grew into, in 1986, when Doug Piercy and Eric Wong joined the band, and I joined the band. Heathen started moving in a forward direction. We did a demo, and then we signed a new deal with Road Racer Records, and we did Victims of Deception in 1991. Took a hiatus for a while and came back in 2010, actually 2005, with another demo, and then 2010 we had a new record with Mascot Records called The Evolution of Chaos. And we currently have a new record coming out in about a month on Nuclear Blast Records. The album is called The Empire of the Blind.
Which album did you have the most pleasure in writing and recording?
Wow. That's a good question. The most fun, I'd have to say the newest record was probably the most stress-free, I guess. And, it's pretty fun. They're all different, but I don't know. It's terrible answer.
Sorry for stumping you there.
No, well, actually, I'd say the first record was probably the most, because it was the first one, and it's like we're excited. You have big dreams and everything because you're actually finally getting a record deal, and the world is your oyster.
Yeah, I'll get you.
You know what I mean? And then later on, you go through a lot of stuff in the music business, and you learn a few things along the way, and a lot of times you learn the hard way. So I think the records that followed Breaking the Silence were more stressful.
In 2011, you played on the Thrash Fest Classics tour with Sepultura, Exodus and Destruction with Australia's Mortal Sin opening. Was Mortal Sin your first time experiencing Australian metal?
Well, firsthand, yes.
Okay, because I've seen Mortal Sin since they started. And in 1989, they supported Metallica for their first Australian tour. And
wow.
And after seeing him in small bars and clubs, and then seeing him up on the big stage, not only in front of big crowds, but supporting a band at that time, Metallica, it would have been very nerve-wracking, but they certainly didn't disappoint at all.
No, it's a huge opportunity for them. That's really, really amazing. And they were great. And they were awesome to be on the road with as well. You know?
It's a shame it's a shame they're no longer around. So,
well,
we have their records.
You never know how things go. So
yeah, we have their records, but I think it would have been great for a lot of the younger fans to actually see a band of that caliber on stage playing live. It would be awesome for the young kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
With over 30 years in the business and numerous lineup changes, etc., what has kept the band going?
I don't know, some craziness. Sheer determination, I guess. It's like, it's just a part of it's what I do. It's, as long as I'm still, available to do it, and Lee's available to do it, and Cragen, me and Lee have been able to carry the ship for a long time.
Be hard to keep focused.
What's that? Yeah, but it's not easy because we're all geographically all in different places now, and with Lee playing with Exodus, that changed things a lot for Heathen. There was a lot of good that came out of it for Heathen, but just sharing the time, and Lee has a family too, so he's trying to keep everything in balance. You know what I mean? So, something's got to give. So, but that's okay. I mean, here we are, and as long as we can still, make good music, and the fans want to hear it, we'll keep making records.
Oh yeah, I've had the pleasure of getting a copy of your latest album, and you certainly won't disappoint anybody. I don't think by what I've heard so far.
Yeah, you like it?
Oh, I love it.
It's weird. It's a trip to listen to it, like because it's so new, and you know what I mean, and sounds a little bit different, and
Yeah,
just the attack is different. It's a trip.
had the pleasure last year of interviewing Smear from Destruction. I asked him this question. You've had a long career in the music industry. What would you be doing if music wasn't your first love?
Wow. And what
Smear's,
did he? Oh, go
Smear's,
ahead. What is?
his first answer was he'd be dead,
Wow.
and his second one was he'd be a baker because his parents are bakers and they own a bakery.
A baker.
Yeah, and
That's hilarious.
what would you be doing if you went in the music industry?
Well, I'm not sure. Who knows where life would have taken me, but I do have like another, occupation that I've always, for the last 30 years, I've been teaching swimming, and I've been working with mostly kids, but all ages, teaching from beginning all the way through stroke, and I also work with special needs kids.
Oh, great.
And so it's always been, since I got involved in teaching, it's been something that put a lot of dedication towards. And hopefully I can do that, and it's actually made it like my life a happy medium where if I'm playing music and I go out on the road, I look forward to going out and touring, and then after about a month of that, being on a bus with a bunch of sweaty heathens, I'm ready to jump back in the pool, you know what I mean, do something different. And so it's kind of cool to be able to do other things, but I mean, you just never know like where life's going to take you. And I had lots of interests as a kid, so music just was the predominant thought always.
And one you're lucky to still do to this day.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. Yes.
Okay, I'd like to thank you for the chat. Stay safe, and I hope to see Heathen in Australia in the future. Thank you very much, David.
Yeah, you're welcome. This is